This is soundoff60, Southwest Louisiana's premier sports show.
Coaching staff was just like, you need to go through the same routine you were going through in the minor leagues. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Our skipper actually moved me up to the 2-hole in the order in the middle of that and said, hey, you're our guy, you're going to play, and we believe in you. And then got a few hits, started believing in myself.
Julio's coming back. Oh, forget it. The game's over. Forget it. The game's over. Oh, Julio.
Soundoff60 is presented by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort. Here are the guys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
Man, I thought we had some wild and wacky college weekends, football weekends, I should say, college, pro, high school, whatever the case may be. This past weekend may have topped it all. We got some nutty football to talk about, gentlemen, and it kind of started with high school and all the blowouts. It filtered into Tiger Stadium, and then it really got crazy in the Superdome.
Man, I don't know what
Sunday.
that was in the Superdome.
I don't know either.
I don't know either.
But I was sweating.
I thought,
I don't know either.
At least what LSU and Auburn did was pretty unprecedented, but it was football.
Yeah.
I don't know what the Saints and
pinball. They were playing pinball for a while there. Welcome to the show, boys and girls. 60 minutes of Soundoff60 coming to you from the friendly confines of Jack Daniel's. As we always like to say, when we have the whiskey barrels behind us, you know we're at Jack Daniel's. Okay,
yes,
now remember, gentlemen, I blame it on both of y'all. Last week, y'all both drove me crazy, almost had me losing my voice. By the second half hour, me yelling at especially you, man in pink, I almost lost it. So take it easy on me this week. It's still strained. And I wasn't even in the Superdome on Sunday. I should have been. That was the game to be at.
It was a good game.
All right, look, speaking of the Superdome, we tell you guys maybe every other week, that's why you need to watch this show. What did we say last week? Adrian Peterson would be traded by the end of the month.
We said that.
All right, well, we were off about a week and a half.
At the beginning of the year.
Okay. No, well, the trading deadline is at the end of October.
Yeah. I said he wouldn't be there.
They made the deal.
I thought it made sense, which made me think was why the Saints might not do it.
Yeah.
Give them credit.
Yeah, you have
like
to.
we talked
you
about.
Have to, Rick. It was something, Rick.
You know, Mickey Loomis and Sean Payton, they tried. It didn't work.
No.
Cut your losses.
Well, it wasn't so much it didn't work.
No, it didn't work, Scooter.
I mean, when they did that, they didn't know
about Kamara, but
how he was going to turn out.
But look at this. Look at this. You know the X's and O's better than us. Sometimes you do. Look, Adrian Peterson goes to Arizona, right? First game out of the bat.
First play, huh?
2 touchdowns, 137 yards.
Yeah.
This is a perfect example of schematics.
Blocking
teams
I agree with you.
Simply fits his style, and New Orleans doesn't have it.
I agree. I agree with that. I hate to agree with you.
It didn't work. It didn't work.
And we knew
of course,
that,
I think I said that last week.
Yeah, Saints don't have the system for him.
No, it's not. And not every player is going to fit into the Saints system. You have to find certain players that have the intangibles of what they do best in New Orleans.
Yes.
And Adrian Peterson wasn't that guy.
So good for him. He found a better fit.
Yeah, good.
Really
I
good
agree.
for him. Really
good for
good.
him.
And I hope it works out for him.
Right. And they beat the Bucks.
They did.
And that's huge in the NFC South.
They did.
And the Falcons lose yesterday to the Dolphins,
that was
of all
crazy.
people.
The thing is this, man. And maybe I didn't look at it, but every commentator said what I said too. He said, I don't know what that last play call was that the Atlanta Falcons drew up to throw to the tight end when you've got Julio Jones on the left side one-on-one. Yeah. I mean, Rick, come on, Rick.
What are you doing leaving Julio one-on-one?
Get the
was
ball.
the thing. That was, and they double-teamed the tight end.
Yeah.
They double-teamed the tight end.
Get the ball to your playmaker. And in a way, isn't that what LSU did?
That's what they
against
did.
Auburn?
That's what they did.
Get it to chalk in some form or
And look,
fashion, and he performed, and he came through. Yeah.
In a number of ways.
That was, I have covered bigger LSU comebacks point-wise.
Yes.
But none of them compared to that. None of them were against a defense that good.
Yeah.
None of them were against a
20
ranked
points.
team.
Yes.
That was a classic.
But you know what?
That will make a baby go down as the best day game I've seen in Tiger Stadium.
Really?
Well, that one,
know
and
about
there
that,
was a
Scooter.
Georgia one in 03.
Yeah.
But yeah, it
I like
was
the way
having
you
some
slice
big
and
games.
dice this.
Yeah, they've had some pretty
That's
good day
day
games.
game.
Yeah, they've had some pretty good day games.
I
in
know
Tiger
where
Stadium.
you're
Aren't
going.
a lot of
I know.
day
I know where you're
games.
going.
Yeah,
I know
that's
where you're
pretty-
going. All right.
that's
Did
pretty
it
good
shock you, Mr. Guidry? Come on now. Did it shock
Somewhat.
you that LSU
somewhat.
was able to beat this
I'm
thing?
gonna tell you the start. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
didn't you expect it though to a degree? I was like, come on, Tigers, come on. We gotta get it together, man. And I'll tell you what, credit the offense, but I'm gonna go a little bit above and beyond you and Scooter. Damn it, credit that defense.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
Okay.
gosh. 56 yards in the second half?
Granted, the
Or
offense
64, I
came
think
back
it
and
was.
won it, but that defense had to make a stand. And let me tell you something. I don't know who got into Keys' ear or whatever, but that was a different guy playing out there
Yeah,
Saturday.
you're right.
Well,
It's
I'm gonna tell you that.
He's
It's
getting
amazing.
into game shape.
That was a different guy
I mean,
playing out there
he's
Saturday,
played
okay?
hard the last couple of weeks.
And
If you going into the game, would I have been shot? No. Although I was talking with some people before the game, and I was telling them that I really have less confidence LSU's going to win this game than any game
Yeah.
in a while. But it's always a chance. When it was 20-0,
yeah,
no chance.
Yeah.
No chance.
yeah,
Give them credit.
And
Give
they
'em credit.
weren't slowing Auburn down.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
They was.
Give them credit.
And I tell you what, that running back for Auburn, 21, I can't think of his name,
Yeah.
Scooter.
Johnson.
Man,
Uh,
that kid.
Cameron Johnson or something.
Man,
Yeah, he's
that
an
kid.
athlete. All right,
He's
so
good.
big win for LSU.
Big win for
more
the Tigers.
and Tigers. More Tigers and Tigers in round 2 of the show. That's coming up.
Yes.
We'll get into a little hot and heavy there. Let's bounce it a little bit. Much needed rest for the McNeese Cowboys. Of course,
Yes.
we don't have much football to talk about. We'll get into the rankings. We'll get into what they have coming up this week with Incarnate Word and Homecoming. But again,
Big week for Cowboys,
they
homecoming.
needed this to heal some guys, and
They
we're going to
did.
see how healthy they come back Saturday homecoming. We'll get into
Homecoming,
that
big
later
week for
on
the
in the show.
Cowboys.
Let's shift gears a little bit before we go high school football to the Houston Astros.
Yeah,
They are 2 wins away. Now,
Yeah.
can they sweep the New York Yankees? Game 3 tonight.
yeah.
As you're watching this show, the game is underway in New York. But remember what the Yankees did with the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah.
They are very close to going to the World Series again. For
Yeah.
the first time, what, baseball boy? In
Who, Yankees?
Astros.
Yeah.
Astros.
Oh, they've only been once. It was
03,
the
04.
Pujols home run.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Right?
Yeah,
They got
well,
swept by White Sox, I think it was.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So they really haven't been in the World Series.
Any.
You have to
anything-
win
look,
one before you
Yeah,
can
okay.
I
say
don't,
you've
I
been
don't
there.
watch baseball as much as Scooter, but I was watching the Dodgers, and I tell you what, I call him Redhead. He's got my vote, dude.
Yeah.
A home run?
That's all I call
Yeah,
him.
the
I call
walk-off.
him Redhead.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, that exciting. That's what makes me want to watch
Yeah,
Major League Baseball.
Correct me if I'm
Rick.
wrong.
That.
Okay, I got to defer to newspaper boy in the middle again. Did not the Houston Astros lead the majors, at least the American League, with runs, and they win both games 2-1? I mean,
Really?
this is another wild, wacky, but I know it's baseball. 2-1. Did not
Yeah,
have-
but that's just that.
I know, but
that's a
the
product of
offensive
baseball.
output was humongous this year.
Well, yeah.
And
yeah,
then they win 2 games.
win
both games.
particularly, the last 2 or 3 months of the season.
Yes, yes.
It was, but postseason,
2-1
just win. Just
2-1.
win.
That's
All
it.
right,
I guess
high school.
baseball is just win.
Speaking about output, I had to write this down. So 70-0,
Yeah.
Acadiana over Sam
Yeah.
Houston.
Look,
Sulphur.
something went wrong.
55-7
Something
over
went
LaGrange.
badly
What's
wrong.
in the water last
Something went
weekend?
badly wrong.
Barb
Friday.
over New Iberia, 38-9.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one
Iowa,
could have been
31
worse.
over South Bow. Route after 70-0. Acadiana over Sam Houston, 70-0. I know. Look,
Yeah.
call off the dogs.
And
but
they
look,
did
it's
call
first.
off
I
the
know.
dogs.
I know. It was like 63 maybe to nothing at halftime or
Yeah.
something like that.
But you know what that says?
I mean, I
about,
remember hearing that. I was covering the Barb game.
Yeah.
First game I've covered, high
Yeah.
school game I've covered this year. And the scores, I know it wasn't halftime at Barb yet, and they're like 54-0.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I'm
wait a
thinking,
minute, no,
Yeah.
can't be
wait a minute,
right.
how can you physically score that
Yeah.
many points in that many minutes?
I know. I think more shocking though was Sulphur dismantling LaGrange.
Yeah.
55-7. That surprised me.
That was surprising to
That
me.
surprised me. Coming up later on in the show,
That
Iowa
was
head
surprising.
football coach Tommy Johns is coming to Jack Daniels to talk about this Iowa team, which
Tommy's
is
got a heck of a
undefeated-
little team right there, man.
undefeated with a 31-point win over South
Yeah.
Bow over the weekend. All right, so we got a lot to cover.
Very impressive.
Coming up next, it's more LSU
Yes.
and Auburn. We got Cowboy football. We're going to get into the wild affair that was the Saints and the Lions in the Superdome.
That was crazy.
It could have been.
I don't know where to start with that one.
That was
Think
crazy.
about this, Tease. It could have been the greatest comeback in NFL history if they would have pulled it off.
Yeah.
They were
Down
right
by
there,
35.
too.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
coming back
I
in
agree.
2 minutes to Jack Daniels.
agree.
Stay right there.
Soundoff60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort.
In 1975, we brewed the original light beer with more taste and only 96 calories. We think that's worth celebrating. Miller Lite, back in the original bottle.
Load up on entries for your chance to win a 2017 Chevy Silverado Black Ops or additional prizes.
So you haven't been hearing me talk about prices very much in our TV commercials lately, but there's some offers available on a Camry right now that are just too good to not talk about. With Toyota's rebates on our discounts, you can get $5,000 off MSRP on a new 2017 Camry, or if you'd like to trade up every couple of years, you can do what my wife and I do and lease one for $279 a month with $0 due at signing. You literally don't even have to bring your wallet with you to buy the car. If you've been thinking a Toyota Camry was a little bit more money than you wanted to spend, come let us show you how affordable it can be to own a new Toyota. Lake Charles Toyota, raise your expectations.
All right, it's time to remind you about country music on the stage every Friday and Saturday night here at Jack Daniels. About 10:30, live on the stage on Friday is John Bowman. On Saturday, Jake Bush. Country music at its best. Great local and regional acts right here at Jack Daniels and country music alive on stage.
Yes.
All right, live in Baton Rouge at Tiger Stadium. It was the double deuce of Tigers.
Yes.
This series has really given us some craziness, and the irony is thick with this, how it turned
is.
out with DJ Chalk and how it ended last year with the clock. What it was a second? No, it wasn't. Did they win?
You
No,
know,
they
it was
didn't.
Chark caught that pass,
Yeah.
too. Did
Yeah,
Chark
it was.
catch it?
It was.
And he was the big player,
he
one of
was-
the big players in this, outside of your defense.
No
Outside of
doubt.
your- all right,
No doubt.
this was a great win for the LSU Tigers. I'm not saying it's a transformative win for the year, but it was a big and a great win. Some thoughts
I
in
think-
regards to
Yeah, I would
Honestly.
agree with that. And really, I thought the Florida game was the transformative one. And Auburn's a lot better than Florida.
Oh, yeah.
A lot better.
But, you know, the Florida game followed the Troy game.
Yes.
When everybody,
Yeah.
they, you know, that was a fork in the road.
Yeah, you're right.
And
They took the right fork.
that was as impressive a victory as I can remember at LSU.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to just repeat my column from this morning. That was some serious head coaching going on these last 2 weeks. You want to talk X's and O's? I'm not talking
No, I
X's
agree with
and
you,
O's.
Scooter. Something had to change.
But he brought that team together
Yes.
somehow. He got them to buy in. A team that had no leadership, no chemistry, suddenly has chemistry at the kazoo. I mean, he was talking at his press luncheon today that he thought the key, and this is the week going into Florida, not Auburn. He thought the key, they had all their meetings, everything. But remember Duke Riley from last year, the
Yeah.
linebacker, who's
Yeah.
a rookie, doing starting with the Falcons. Falcons were off, so he was in. He said
This is Florida now.
Florida game.
Yeah,
Yes,
before the
Florida
Florida
game.
game.
All right, let's
The
get our-
Thursday before, but when they were practicing in Baton Rouge Thursday, he got into them and lit into them and did not like the way things were going. And he said he got their attention better than any coach, anybody.
Let me toss it to you. I saw the post-game interview on CBS's coverage with DJ Chalk. He made a comment about that.
Did
that
he?
we weren't going
Okay.
to be the group of Tigers to let this tradition continue to slide down. I don't know if
Yeah.
you saw
I
that.
didn't see it.
You
I
were
didn't
at the
see it,
game.
Rick. Yeah.
But the
I didn't
CBS
see it.
coverage, he made mention of
Yeah.
that he didn't say anything about Duke Riley, but leading to your point, apparently they had to come to Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And,
no
and
question.
Riley must have led it or prompted it, or was the genesis of that?
Well, I
and he
think-
made comments
Well, no,
about
it
that.
started
I think-
before then.
Well,
I mean,
but he
you
played
know.
into it.
But Orgeron said that was the really. But let's talk about Saturday's game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how does a defense give up 290 yards in the first half?
Yeah.
And 64 in the second.
Scooter, honestly, and you know what? And you've seen it continue in the first and second quarters. And you said, come on, Aranda has got to figure this out and do something where he can stop this. But they were running the same plays over and over and over. And what makes you so mind-boggling is that, wait, guys, it's the same play going to the same guy. And when you think about it, I don't know what it is. Halftime, something had to have been done to where LSU said that, you know what, if they're going to spread and then bunch back in, because what they were doing, granted, Auburn's got a talented running back. I can't think of the kid's name, but number 21.
Johnson.
That kid's going to play on Sunday.
Right.
He was the key to the success that they were having. And if you just stop him, Rick, now you've got a chance. And the second half, they was keying on him. Number 40, the linebacker of LSU. That was his.
White.
That's a
Devin
grown
White.
man. That's a
Devin,
grown man.
he
Let me
is-
tell you that,
is
okay?
He is a morph between Riley
I'm
and
serious.
Kevin Beckwith.
He is.
Where did he
I
come
think
Where
from?
did he come from, Rick?
he's
Is what I'm
got
asking
some-
you, Rick.
Hey,
What?
Where did, huh?
You've been talking about
You've been
him?
talking about him, Scooter. Look,
wait a minute. All the years I've been covering LSU, 38, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Devin White is the first player from my high school
what?
that I've covered.
Oh, get out of here, Scooter. Don't even play. What?
And that high school would
Spring
be
Hill.
Are
Spring
you
Hill.
serious?
And
Which
it's
is in
actually
where
called.
again? Is that
it's
Zawali?
Spring Hill? No, it's in Spring Hill.
Oh, I thought it was Zawali.
It's actually called North Webster
Okay.
now.
Nice.
It was called Spring Hill
Really?
High School when I
Really?
went there. He's the first player from
I'll be
Spring Hill
38 years. You
that
finally
I've
got
ever
somebody there.
covered
Okay.
at
Look,
LSU.
the scheme
He's a
changed.
monster.
The scheme
monster.
changed when
you know,
they
if
made
he
him
was
keep
recruited
him.
as a running back.
Really? Right.
That's when the scheme
Now,
changed.
he
not-
played both in
they
high
keep-
school.
If you want to get into X's and O's, correct me if I'm wrong, though, Mr. Hobbs. Did I not read in your coverage that it was a simple case of moving a safety?
Yeah,
But
Was that oversimplification?
probably.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
but-
I'm just quoting you,
White-
quoting one
yeah.
of the
White,
defensive guys.
White is the reason in my book why things changed the second half.
Okay.
Because they moved him over 21. If you notice where he was, 21 was there too. For some reason, they felt that they could match him with him.
Okay.
Did you see this kid's closing speed from hash to the quarterback when he was trying to get the first down? I mean, did y'all see that? Rick, you got to know how impressive that is for
Oh,
a
yeah.
linebacker to close on a quarterback that's
Right.
got the first down
Right.
and you stop him?
Okay, I want to put one in your wheel.
That gets
Go
me
ahead.
excited, bro.
Go ahead. But I want to lay one
That get
in
me
your
excited.
wheelhouse.
But to get back, let me say first of all about the guys that I like, the secondary. They're coming together.
well, let me
coming together.
talk. Let me talk.
Man, there's some
Because
defensive.
coming
this
together.
is what I was going to put in your wheelhouse. I would wager that second half was the best half I have ever seen an LSU secondary play.
Scooter?
They had.
Scooter, you do that a lot. You
Look,
38 years.
I'm
I don't
gonna
know how
tell you
your
why,
memory is
though.
that good.
I'm gonna
but
tell
you
you
do that
why.
a lot. You get
I don't
again,
think-
that was the best I've ever seen
Look.
in the history of 38
Well,
years.
you
of
know
college.
what I mean.
I know. All right.
They had, normally 5-6 pass breakups.
Yeah.
They
It was
had
impressive.
11.
It was impressive.
They had 11 in the second half.
Out of those 11, Scooter,
That's nuts.
three of those, if you catch the ball, is pick sixes.
Yeah.
3 of those.
Yeah.
You just dropped the ball. I mean, if you catch 3 of those 11 break
I'm not-
pickups,
I'm
we
not
win.
I'm not trying to draw a connection, but I mentioned it last week when it comes to the Saints now. But you can turn a defense, especially a secondary. The week before, Crawley was tipping balls away.
Yeah.
That can turn.
Yeah.
Talking about that word transformative, that can really transform a defensive play on a given Saturday or Sunday, and they did it. You're right. Those it didn't have to be picks. It was just
Look,
defended balls.
I think
it stops drives.
I
It
think
stops
Aranda is starting to see to where he can let his corners play man with no top help right now with what they've done. And let me tell you something. The pressure, I've never seen LSU
Well, you
put this
find
much
out this
pressure.
week,
The
'cause-
second half. Because they came and got him
Yeah,
the
they
second
did.
Yeah,
half.
we'll find out because don't get me wrong, Ole Miss is
Ole Miss is not that
nearly
good.
as good. Ole Miss has better receivers
They
than
have,
Auburn.
they do have good
Ole
receivers.
Miss has got as good a group of receivers as there is.
We just got to make sure the quarterback can't get the ball to him.
And
That's
before
all.
we get too excited, I still want LSU's still a flawed team.
Scooter, yes, they are.
I mean, they're going to have to play like that. I mean, they could still lose any game out there. Now, I'll say this. I think the program is in great shape. And they're probably going to lose a game at some point that they shouldn't, and everybody's going to get mad. I have never heard of an LSU team forced to actively play this many freshmen.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
And
No, Scooter, you're
particularly
right.
in the
You're right,
offensive
And it'll
Scooter.
pay
line.
dividends.
Well, in
Well,
skill
yeah,
positions,
you've
that's where
got
you can get
to-
hurt at the
you've
most
got-
is in skill positions.
You know, and I really think next year, I mean, assuming Miles Brennan is everything he looks like he could be at quarterback, I mean, I think LSU could be in great shape next year.
But the point that you made was a good one. But you just said with the freshmen that LSU are playing right now, they should be pretty darn good. But this is what I go back to, Scooter. Brennan can only be as good as the amount of reps that he get for next year.
Oh,
Now, wait a minute.
Kevin.
Well, we're not going
just,
yet.
Open
just
up a
don't
Pandora's
wait now.
box. We don't
Wait
have
Are
time
you-
to get into
Wait
that.
now,
Yes,
but
we
Scooter
do.
made a good point, though. Scooter made a good point. With
Okay.
all the freshmen,
But
we're
you got to
playing
win
now,
these games first.
I agree.
Yeah.
But with all the games, but it's a valid point.
Hey,
let him get some time, Rick.
Are you going to apologize to Etling after the way
You
he
need
played
to.
this week?
You need to.
Or
Right
you
here.
still? You probably.
Hold on.
Is he
stop,
become
stop,
your
stop,
Eli
stop.
Manning?
What
You'll
would
never give him
if you
any
had
credit?
to score him on a scale from 1 to 100, percentage-wise,
I'll give him a
70
letter
being a
grade.
C,
No, let's give him a letter
80
grade.
being a B, and 90 being an A. What would you give him?
I give him a B plus.
I'd give him a C plus.
I give him
Okay.
a
I
B
give him a C
plus,
plus.
and I give
I
him
give him
an
a C
A for
plus.
leadership.
I
Yeah.
give him,
Oh,
I give him a C
leadership is
plus.
big. You're right.
I give him an
All
A
right.
for leadership, but I give him a
As
C
we
plus
go
for
to
playing.
break, if I remember the ins and outs and the scenarios of this game, Gus Malzahn did not go for it on 4th and inches. And when I say inches, maybe I'm talking about like this, right or
It was
wrong?
more. It was a good
It was under a
2/3
yard.
of a yard.
Yeah.
It was under a yard.
But it was
Television coverage had
It
it
wasn't
under it.
inches.
All right, it was under a yard though.
Yeah. But
Big decision. I would have went. I would have went. That's me.
that's him.
I didn't say it.
Well,
It didn't cost
he's
him
gotta
the
deal
game.
with that.
I
Yeah.
would have went. I would have went.
It's-
Well, what I wouldn't have done was call. If you called timeout, you almost had to go for it,
Yeah.
which he did.
Yeah.
If he doesn't call timeout, he's got 3 timeouts left.
Yeah.
But when he
To get
when
the
he,
ball back
when
possibly.
he did call timeout and decided to kick, because
Big decision.
who'd ever
That
thought
was a big
LSU
decision.
would win on 2
The
field goals?
craziness
For real, can you
in the
believe that?
dome.
Did that scare
the
you or
Saints
what?
take down the
Jesus.
Lions. That we'll try to cover as many angles as we can in this game when we come back. Stay right.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort. Check us out online at soundoff60tv.com.
On or off the field, training and experience matter. As a board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeon, Dr. Brett Cassio has the training and experience to help you get back in the game. Award-winning research, the latest orthopedic techniques, right here at home. Cassio Sports Medicine.
Are you trying to stay cool with a temporary fix? There's a smarter solution. Save on your monthly energy costs while enjoying quiet and consistent comfort this summer with a highly efficient air conditioning system from Luxair. We'll recommend a system that is perfectly suited to your home and provides optimal cooling, exceptional energy savings, and lasting performance. Get connected with a Luxair dealer near you by visiting luxair.com/solarsupply.
I don't think I've ever seen a 35-point lead evaporate that quickly and have me. I was about to go outside and do yard work.
Yeah.
It didn't
And all of a
quite
sudden,
evaporate.
What?
It didn't quite evaporate, but
It didn't quite, but it was getting there. The final score, what was it? 52 to 38.
Yeah, 52 to 38.
Something to that effect. I mean, guys, I've never seen that many tip balls, batted balls. I've never seen that many defensive touchdowns in one game.
Yeah.
It was a record for the Saints anyway.
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
defensive touchdowns, a
3.
new franchise record. They have to
was.
really
there
kind
were
of ice
5 non-offensive touchdowns in the game.
the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah,
Five.
that's a lot.
5
That's a lot.
non-offensive.
Go look.
That's
Let's
a
start
lot,
from the
man.
beginning
Okay.
with this. I wish we had 10 minutes because that's what kind of game it was. But the hustle play early in the game by the linebacker Stuper to put that ball, the punt, on the one, which led to the first strip fumble in the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah.
Put the Saints up 7-0.
Yeah.
Got the ball rolling for a Saints offense that just was not even there in the second half. Not even present.
It wasn't.
Well,
Mind-boggling.
What do you think?
you know,
Mind-boggling.
and people will jump on college kids for this kind of thing. But that just showed you. I mean, to me, it looked like the Saints mentally shut it off.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden,
I don't know.
all of a sudden, ball game, and it's hard to get that back.
You are correct.
Yeah,
Boy,
man.
didn't it look that way?
Yeah.
You know, you
I'm
can't
thinking
just
Drew
turn that
Brees
on and
get
off.
it going here.
Well, I think
I mean,
Brees
3
was
and
there,
out,
but
3 and out,
he's
3
got
and
to
out.
get the gears around him working.
I know.
All right, but let's go back to square one. I'm watching the first half of that game, and I could never. What happened to that team that played the first 2 weeks
Of the season.
over the last 3 weeks? That's the most amazing turnaround I ever
Yeah.
remember. There I go, giving the superlatives again.
Well,
But I mean, you could not look any worse
Yeah.
than the Saints looked the first 2 weeks.
Looked.
And the last 3 weeks, they've looked like the
nearly
Super Bowl team.
240 yards from line of
Yeah.
scrimmage for Ingram and Alvin Kamara,
Yeah.
however you want to
Yeah.
go with it. 240 yards rushing and receiving
That's
for
a lot,
those two
Rick.
guys. Look who
That's a
came
lot.
back on the left side of the line. Armstead was back.
Yeah.
Terran
He was.
Armstead
He was.
was back.
Look.
Now, granted, they lost Zach Streif on the right
Yeah.
side. But again, elevation of the offensive line, and Kamara needs this much room.
Yeah.
You saw some,
He's
you
good,
saw
man.
some slow
He's
motion
good.
plays.
He's
it was
good.
this much, and he scored it through.
Yeah.
I'm
Critical,
impressed with that kid.
240
I am
yards
impressed
from your
with him.
backfield in offense.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the return of Willie Snead. Okay.
Yeah.
So, again, but it was all in the first half.
That's
Oh,
just yesterday. That doesn't explain the previous 2 games.
Yeah, oh, I know. I know. I mean,
yeah,
it took a while for
but
this offense.
the thing
and this
is,
defense.
Rick, the
And,
Saints.
well, you know, you've been talking about this
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah.
I have.
But-
Coming around.
But
Yeah.
But
Coming around.
it's putting him
I
with,
like these young
with something
cornerbacks.
of another team like your Tampa Bays or your Atlanta Falcons. But let me see them against a quality.
Who?
A quality. The Saints. I mean,
Detroit Lions
Detroit is
are
the same.
quality.
They've got the same record the Saints got.
Detroit's-
The
Yeah, but
Detroit
they're-
Lions
got the same
are
record the Saints got.
quality. Are they
Detroit
upper
Lions.
tier? No, but they're in the conversation.
I want to
Who
see the
is
Saints,
quality in
the
the
Atlanta
NFL?
Falcons. Granted, they lost yesterday,
They
but I want
got
to see
beat,
them.
they got beat by the Dolphins, who looked awful against the
you
Saints.
know how they play against the Saints. You know that.
Okay,
No,
we'll see soon.
But Scooter, they easily
Oh,
win
I
that game
agree with
if he
you.
don't throw the ball
I'm
to the
not
tight end.
arguing with
Okay?
you.
They easily win that game if he don't throw the ball to the tight end. You do know that.
You're poop on.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying who is a great team in the NFL right now.
You're poop on. Look,
I'm poop
Look.
on. It's your Saints. I get it, Rick.
Matthew Stafford
I get it, Rick.
and the Lions.
I get it, Rick.
No quit. You know, down by
None.
35.
No, they no
Stafford
quit.
stays in the game. Caldwell will go. All of a sudden, bam,
Yeah.
bam, bam, bam.
Look.
the punt return was
I-
almost a nail in the coffin. And then special teams again. The same guy, Agnew,
That's key,
makes
though.
a
Special
blunder,
teams, Rick.
puts the ball at the 1, which leads to the tip, which
Special
leads to
teams.
Cam Jordan interception. Game over. It's a crazy game in the NFL. That's why I like the NFL over college. It's
Okay.
a crazy game.
It is, Rick. I agree. I
But
agree,
man,
Rick.
it got
But-
scary,
Wait,
guys.
college doesn't
Pardon?
college doesn't get crazy.
They all get crazy, but you're right about.
Okay.
Oh, look. I mean, 35 points was just like, where did it go?
Where'd it go?
Where did it go?
Where'd it
That
It-
did.
it
That
evaporated quick.
disappeared
It did.
quicker than I can ever remember.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if the Saints don't get that bat up an interception in the end zone.
Yeah.
I don't know
You
if
wonder
they
what the
win that
game's
game.
like.
I don't
Then,
know,
Scooter,
man.
you're right, though.
I don't know.
You're right.
The way that offense
Where the
could
game
not
is.
get it going.
In fact, I think I tweeted out when the Lions did get the ball back with about 45 seconds, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they tried one pass, and then after that they started running out the
Yeah,
clock.
we're
And
trying to
thinking,
run out the clock.
wait, game is going. I don't know if I would have given up on it that quick.
Yeah.
You
I know. All right, great win for the Saints.
It was.
3-2.
Not
All
bad,
right.
Rick, for the Saints, but they got
Carolina
some tough.
Panthers. Carolina sitting
But
at
they hadn't gotten to the
4-2.
media schedule yet. You do know that now.
All right, look, they beat Carolina.
There is no meat of an NFL schedule.
Whatever, Scooter.
And guess
They've
what?
got some teams that are a lot better than Detroit Lions. Okay,
They
that
go
they've got to play.
this Sunday. They go to Green Bay, and who
Oh
won't be
man,
there?
my guy's out.
You know,
man.
that's
The
trouble.
big
My
bad
guy
man.
is out.
Yeah, but
man.
that's trouble. You know what happens?
Oh, why you got to do that? Why do you have to do
Every
that?
time the
Scooter.
Saints get a first
Scooter.
I mean, they ought to
Scooter.
sign somebody out of a bar
Scooter.
in Green Bay.
Scooter.
They need to sign
Maybe not
somebody
this
out of a
time.
bar,
this
and
is
he'll
Aaron-
throw for 400 yards.
This is
against
Aaron
the
Rodgers.
Saints.
How do
Hey.
you replace Aaron
He's
Rodgers?
not-
You
He's
go to
not-
any bar in
Scooter.
Green Bay,
Go.
and he'll
Scooter.
throw
What-
for
what
400
Kevin-
yards
Aaron
against
Rodgers.
the Saints.
Brett
Hundley, whatever.
Yeah.
He's not Aaron Rodgers.
That's-
He's not Aaron Rodgers.
Look, big break for the Saints.
He's not
That
Aaron
Aaron
Rodgers,
Rodgers
man.
is lost for the year.
I'm just
broken
gonna say that,
collarbone.
Scooter.
All right, we're
He's
taking
not
a short
Aaron
pause.
Rodgers.
We're coming
No.
right back to Jack Daniels. Stay right there.
Not enough.
Soundoff60 is brought to you by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort. The boys in the box will be right back.
This is the original light beer, brewed with the belief that a beer could be light and not compromise on taste, to be enjoyed from opener to headliner. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Load up on entries for your chance to win a 2017 Chevy Silverado Black Ops or additional prizes.
Are you trying to stay cool with a temporary fix? There's a smarter solution. Save on your monthly energy costs while enjoying quiet and consistent comfort this summer with a highly efficient air conditioning system from Luxair. We'll recommend a system that is perfectly suited to your home and provides optimal cooling, exceptional energy savings, and lasting performance. Get connected with a Luxair dealer near you by visiting luxair.com/solarsupply.
Only one light beer has more taste, less calories, and half the carbs. This one. Miller Lite. Hold true.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels here at Soundoff60. Want to welcome in Iowa head football coach Tommy Johns. Welcome to the show. Now, you've been on the show before,
I have.
but filling in for Dad when
Yeah.
at St. Louis. So now
Yeah.
you got the program all to yourself
Yeah.
at Iowa. And we've been talking about you guys really since the kickoff of the season. This is a team that just didn't happen under your tutelage. This is a team that's been pretty doggone good even prior to your arrival, and now getting better
Almost, what, 10
under your
years,
tutelage.
I guess.
Yeah. This is kind of a group we've been waiting on. This is my fourth year there.
Yeah.
And this group, as freshmen, when they came in, they were undefeated as freshmen in freshman ball and JV, but we had a big group of them. I think we started off with 30. We have 19 seniors this year, 17 of which are starters.
Yeah.
And,
Wow.
and
That's
of those, probably half of them are 3-year starters. We took our lumps, 3 years ago at the beginning of the year, but we ended up running at the end of the season. We went 5-5 in the regular season, but made a quarterfinal appearance.
that's
And
my
almost
point,
beat.
though. That's my point.
We lost. We fumbled the ball on the 1-yard line to beat West Feliciana
Yeah.
to go to the semifinals
Yeah.
that year with a bunch of sophomores.
Yeah.
And then last year we ended up going, I think 11-2. Got beat in the quarters by Amite, who lost in the Superdome to Lutcher. So, and then we got majority of them back this year. So we've been expecting a lot out of them.
Some people have been talking about, we were just talking about how Iowa has really come on, really over the last decade. Is that a product of that area is booming?
It is.
Did somebody tell me y'all have 1,000 students there now?
Well, the biggest thing that we have, they just built the middle school on campus. So there's literally like a ditch that separates us, but on the total campus, there's over 1,000 between 6 through 12.
Right.
But the high school, we're right around just over 600, but it's steadily growing. And with the numbers in the middle school, it won't be long. We'll be 700, 800, 900. I mean, it's just, it's.
Why is that area booming so?
I guess everybody's kind of moving.
There's a big subdivision. I guess
That's
that
coming
will
up right
be
off the
in
highway.
I think they're building 500 homes out there.
Yeah, that's coming off the highway.
And just north of on 383, they're building houses left and right out there also. So there's a bunch of people moving in.
Only Hobbs can try to make you into an economics professor here. Good Lord, he's a football coach. You want to explain the growth of the region? Give him a break. I'm sure he knows. Take it away, Gibby.
Tommy's right. I mean, dealing with the parish, I mean, we've seen some of the permits that we've actually given away for that area.
Here we go.
Our
Can
way
we
is
get
gonna
into
be-
football?
Our
gotta
way is
be
gonna
about the
booming in just a little bit.
parish
Let me tell you that. Tommy, getting back and tell me, I just want to know, you was at St. Louis Catholic High School for quite some time. What is the difference of being at a school like that versus being in Iowa? Do you have a much larger area, I guess, that you can look for talent and possibly get talent? That Scooter mentioned it. I mean, I went to you guys' game, and you guys got kids that are a little bit bigger than other kids that are in 4A and 5A ball. I'm just being honest, Tom.
Sure.
And what creates that? Is it just? But you guys are 3A.
Right.
What creates that environment?
Man, I think first off, for Iowa, we draw from a large area, square mileage wise. You know, when you're at a place like you're inside Lake Charles,
Right.
you're limited.
You got other schools that can
You
compete
got.
with you.
I mean, we'll look at Lake Charles. You're drawn from what, 5 schools?
Exactly.
You know, we square mileage wise, we're all the way to 397
Yeah.
to the Jeff Davis Parish line.
A lot of
Yeah.
farm
You know,
boys.
That's right.
A lot of big
yeah.
boys.
Yeah. We have a good mix of kids.
Yeah.
We really do. And I mean, trust me. I was at St. Louis for 9 years. I've been
Yeah.
at Iowa. There's a different type of player,
Yeah.
different type of kid you're dealing
Yeah.
with. But I mean, at the end of the day, they're still kids.
Exactly.
And they still want to play ball.
Iowa head football coach Tommy Johns has joined us here at Soundoff 60. You guys are unbeaten 6-0. You got Lake Charles College Prep coming to your place on Friday night. Look, you've been in this game a long time. Key point that you made right off the bat. I mean, good gosh, you got 17 seniors who are starters out of 19? That's
Yeah.
a lot of experience,
Good
a lot of
grief.
leadership.
That is.
From the X's and O's schematically, what is working? What is the identity of this football team?
Well, I think consistency. We've run over the last. To me, that's a whole deal. We've run the same defense, the same offense with these guys since they've been there. And I think the most impressive thing that I've seen since I've been coaching is we've got guys who can flip around and play the other side of the ball when needed,
Right.
and know exactly what to do. There's no drop off from a mental standpoint. Obviously, a physical standpoint's there, but our
Yeah.
DBs can turn around right now and go play receiver.
Yep.
Our receivers can go play corner at safety.
Yeah.
And you talk about in high school, like at 3A, you have to have that. And the way we kind of practice and we cross-train them throughout the entire calendar year, you kind of create depth within depth, so to speak. And because we're going to need them at some point to flip around and help us out.
Well, let me
It's not
follow
bad.
that. Let me follow that with the question of confidence. You mentioned that look, this team has gone deep. I would say quarterfinals.
Yep.
That's deep into the postseason. Confidence. Where does it play? And can this team, this squad, with this senior leadership, make even a deeper run this year?
They've got it in them. I think, to me, it's just like anything else. It depends on your draw in the playoffs, how you finish the year, But as far as confidence is concerned, like I've never been around a team like this that really, really wants to get to that point.
Yeah.
Some of them they say they want to get there. This team is knowing they're saying it, but they're doing it the right way. They're handling their business, and they know if we screw up in games, we have to get cleaned up.
Right.
And they're starting to see that now. We're in week 8.
Yeah.
It's already fast approaching the end of the season.
You're right about that.
And let me just make a comment that a big advantage Tommy has on his hands is that crowd-wise, he don't have to worry about those stands filling up each week, Rick. They are full. It's
The energy
it's
and
standing
vibe
room.
is there.
Tommy,
Yeah, you're right.
you guys put something in the end zone. I mean, I was at the St. Louis game to where you guys got bleachers in the end zone. Come on now.
Yeah.
I mean, that's telling me you don't have enough of
Yeah, that's
in the stands to
a
do
great
that.
success,
So
and that's to
that
your
is-
credit.
That
It's
is, man.
It's a great atmosphere. It really is. I mean, it's standing room every
There's no
single
doubt
week, no
it
matter
is.
who we play.
Yeah.
It's standing room. We played Kinder. I mean, you couldn't
I can
find a
imagine.
place to park.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I
The
mean,
magic
from what I
of
understand,
Kinder-
you
The
know.
magic of Kinder, and now maybe some of that is going to Iowa. Look, I would be remiss in not getting this in our closing seconds, Tommy. You're a product. You're a football family. The legend. Your dad is a legendary coach in this area, Mike Johns. I mean, how many years? Maybe over 40
48,
years.
I believe.
Yeah.
48 years coaching high school football. Talk to us on our waning seconds in regards to what he meant to you and your development as a football coach.
Everything.
Okay, there you go.
You know, but not only I learned a ton from him. That staff we had at St. Louis, we had almost 300 years of coaching experience.
Yeah. Wow.
Coach Kirkendall, Coach Sespiva, Coach Crawford, and the best thing, the number one piece of advice, you always surround yourself with good people.
Yeah.
And you talk about fortunate at Iowa. I think we had the best staff around. We've got we just hired Chuck Gorman, who is a defensive line coach at McNeese.
Yeah.
His son Nick is with us.
Yeah.
Oh, is he real? I did not know that.
Coach Lalonde's son, Perry Lalonde, calls our offense. Phil Reynolds, his son, coaches our quarterbacks. So we've got a
Y'all
great.
are all legacies.
Yeah,
Wow.
we got a bunch
Can you
of
believe that?
coaches' sons on the staff.
Wow.
I couldn't be any more fortunate to have the staff that we do. We got 11 guys, and I'm just extremely fortunate. and proud
Well,
of those
continued
guys.
success.
You guys have got a good
Tommy
chance,
Johns,
Coach.
head coach of the Iowa, and they got a game coming up Friday night against Lake Charles College Prep. Continued success, all right?
Yes.
We'll be
Appreciate
checking
it.
in
Thanks
on
for
you
having
soon. We're taking a short pause. We're coming back with McNeese Cowboy football. Stay right there.
Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LeBerge Casino Resort, home of soundoff60. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
Load up on entries for your chance to win a 2017 Chevy Silverado Black Ops or additional prizes.
So you haven't been hearing me talk about prices very much in our TV commercials lately, but there's some offers available on a Camry right now that are just too good to not talk about. With Toyota's rebates on our discounts, you can get $5,000 off MSRP on a new 2017 Camry, or if you like to trade up every couple of years, you can do what my wife and I do and lease one for $279 a month with $0 due at signing. You literally don't even have to bring your wallet with you to buy the car. If you've been thinking a Toyota Camry was a little bit more money than you wanted to spend, come let us show you how affordable it can be to own a new Toyota. Lake Charles Toyota, raise your expectations.
All right, welcome back, boys and girls. Many thanks to Iowa head football coach Tommy Johns for joining us in the last segment. If you missed it, high school football fans, check out the rebroadcast all week, Monday through Sunday nights, 9 o'clock right here on Southern Link Channel 4. Halloween party, legendary Halloween party, $10,000 Halloween
It's
party.
always big.
October 28th at the concert at the Special Event Center.
Yes.
Here
What you
at
going
LeBerge.
as?
October
I don't know. I always
28th.
like to go and just look, Scoot. I mean, they have people that, they prepare for this moment for a year out. A year out.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, one year they had a guy that did the Transformer car, Bumblebee. I swear, y'all, it looked like
That's
it
incredible.
It was crazy.
The Bumblebee.
What,
All right.
It was
what day
crazy.
of the week is Halloween?
I think it's on a Tuesday. October
It's on
I
Tuesday.
may check that out.
Yeah, I think they're October 28th. It's probably a Saturday
big,
night,
man.
I believe.
It is big.
I'm coming as a sports
Molly
writer.
Ringwald's on the stage, by the way. Molly
It is
Ringwald
big.
will be on the stage here.
Oh,
Definitely come
yeah,
and check
I
that out.
love the
Big one.
Molly
All right.
Ringwald.
Let's talk Cowboy football. Not really anything on the field.
They were open this week.
Open week. This is a big week for them. Look, they're going to get some guys back healthier.
Having that open week.
I think, me and quarterbacks, James Tabry has
Got
had
that
a
little
couple
pinky.
of off games that he admits it's off. He's got the dislocated little finger, the pinky on his throwing hand. Hopefully he's gotten that somewhat better. We'll see. Incarnate, this is look, I looked at the games over the weekend and looked at the game. Sam Houston trailing the entire game against Northwestern and having to win it in the last minute. Central Arkansas needing a touchdown with under 2 minutes to play to beat Stephen F. Austin.
Yeah.
And look, Stephen F. Austin didn't impress me when they played McNeese.
Well, I guess not.
Well, 35 to nothing, and all of a sudden, this is kind of I still think the power is in Huntsville. You just can't discount Sam Houston.
No.
But again, everything points for McNeese. Everything points to Central Arkansas.
That at least tells you they're not invincible.
Exactly.
Of course, we already knew that.
I agree.
Hayden Hildenbrand is the quarterback.
Well, they lost to Central Arkansas. Central Arkansas can't be invincible.
Well, 3 picks.
Yeah.
Hildenbrand with 3 picks. That will turn a game. That will turn a game. So this is Incarnate Word. Look, when McNeese lost to Nichols, I know I poo-pah Incarnate Word as well, but Abilene Christian obviously has turned into something. Houston Baptist, if you listen to Lance Guidry, has turned into something.
You know, I always thought
Abilene
has a chance
Yeah.
to get a program. You know, they have a little bit of history back in
Yes, they do.
Division II.
Division II, yeah.
Division III, something like that.
Yeah.
So Abilene Christian, I am skeptical of Incarnate Word and Houston Baptist.
But if you listen
Look
to
what
the
they're
Southern
competing
experts,
with. Look what they're competing with for attention. Abilene is out there.
I know, but no, look, they're in Houston, and Incarnate Word is in San Antonio.
Yeah.
All right, so some of the guys that can't make it,
but Rick,
at the UT at San Antonio may fall to the Incarnate Word. Maybe the guys that can't make it at Rice or can't make it at Houston, maybe they fall to Houston Baptist. I don't know. Time will tell. Time will tell.
You schedule those teams.
Program in America recruits Houston.
Rick,
I know.
you
You're
schedule
right.
those games for homecoming. I'll just say that.
Oh,
okay?
we'll see. All right, way to cut to the chase there,
Rick,
Guidry.
okay?
You never know, though.
That's all
Wait
I'll
a minute.
say, Rick.
Wait a
All
minute.
right.
Was LSU
Next
and
week.
Troy not LSU's homecoming?
It was.
That's a good point, Rick.
LSU was
That's
Florida's
a good point, Rick.
homecoming.
That's a good point,
All
Rick,
right,
man.
look, the Cowboys have, when they lost to Nichols, no margin for error. So you got to come out with a game.
Yeah.
And
You do.
Keep that train running.
You do.
And you look at the standings, and who's now risen? Southeastern Louisiana.
Yeah.
They were not picked to be in the upper
Yeah.
tier. Now they're sitting there, tied for second. They're sitting at 4-1. That's another game that the Cowboys have to deal with later on. All right, college football. I don't want to skip that.
Whew.
College Cowboys in the hole this weekend. Number 2 Clemson. Syracuse.
Can
The
you
team
believe
that
that?
almost upset LSU.
Can you believe that?
And this look.
Wow.
What are these
Wait a
guys?
minute, wait a minute.
But let me say this too.
What?
Let me say this.
Syracuse did not almost upset LSU.
It was a tight game.
But let me say this.
Okay.
But let me say
It
this.
was
Rick.
a competitive game.
But let me say this
All
for
right.
the record, so those viewers out there won't think that it was like, wow. Clemson did not have their A quarterback. That
was a nasty hit.
Yeah,
That
let's
was a
not
nasty
discount
hit.
that.
No,
He's a
concussion
big.
second
He's a
quarter.
big part of the success that
Yeah.
those guys will
Oh, no,
have.
no doubt.
There's no doubt about
Oh,
that.
I'm
Rick. So
with you on that.
Let's just know that.
They
now.
lost him midway through the second
Yeah.
quarter. A body slam.
Yeah.
Kelly Bryant is his name. The former
Kid is
Jennings
good,
star,
man.
Travis Etienne, made the
That kid-
highlights with
yes,
a
he
long
did.
68-yard touchdown
He's made it
run.
for a couple of weeks, Rick. That ain't the
Holy
only week he's made.
smokes.
He's made it for a couple of weeks.
How did LSU let him get away?
How
Another
did-
story.
how does that
Another
happen?
story. All right,
They
let it go.
tried.
So in college football, though, all right, Michigan loses. All
Yeah.
right, Clemson now loses.
Yeah.
Ohio State. Didn't Ohio State have a loss?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Which
Alabama
in
is
turn,
still sitting up there.
Which in turn, Oklahoma lost to
Iowa State.
Iowa State.
Iowa State. Who then
Iowa State.
Oklahoma almost lost to Texas, but
Yeah.
they came back and won.
They came back and won.
But Alabama still sitting up there.
And there's a
Steam
reason why.
rolls.
There's a reason why, Rick. You say teams. This is how you separate Alabama from all the other schools in the country. Even when you have teams that they are expected to give them a game, they just misuse them.
Well, who have you expected to give them a game so far?
Well, okay.
Do they play
Scooter.
Georgia?
But the
that
thing
will
is what
be
I'm
the
saying.
SEC championship game.
Yeah, that'll be in Atlanta.
That will make
The
it
only
really
thing that I
interesting.
say is that Alabama is just that when something doesn't work, this is how good they are, Rick. When something doesn't work for them, Rick, they go to something else. They go to something else,
Yeah,
Rick.
they
Not
do.
many teams can do that, man.
All right. Before I drop this note in, the McNeese Cowboys have moved up in the polls. Again, we talk about the polls and how
Yeah.
important they are in the FCS. They moved up to now 19 in one poll, 20th in another. UCA, Central Arkansas is 6 in both polls, and Sam Houston is 7 in both polls. We just want to throw
That's
that
gonna be
in.
that's
as-
the games right there,
Yeah,
Rick. That's the season right there, Rick.
But again, what I found interesting, Syracuse and Clemson, Dino versus Dabo.
Yeah.
The coach
Only
of
you know that,
Syracuse,
yeah.
Dino,
Yeah.
I can't remember his last name, against Dabo.
And Dabo. Yeah.
Dino and Dabo.
I don't know. I saw
good.
Syracuse play. I don't care who got hurt. it flabbergasted me they could beat Clemson.
I do too.
but
I do too.
They did not.
That
but
one
they-
shocked me. That
but-
one shocked me. All right. We're coming back in about a minute and a half, 2 minutes or so. We're going to wrap it up with some NFL notes and Stump the Wise guys.
Yeah.
We're coming back in 2. Stay right there.
Sound Off 60 is brought to you by our friends at Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort. Sound Off 60 24/7 online at soundoff60tv.com.
So you haven't been hearing me talk about prices very much in our TV commercials lately, but there's some offers available on a Camry right now that are just too good to not talk about. With Toyota's rebates on our discounts, you can get $5,000 off MSRP on a new 2017 Camry, or if you like to trade up every couple of years, you can do what my wife and I do and lease one for $279 a month with $0 due at signing. You literally don't even have to bring your wallet with you to buy the car. If you've been thinking a Toyota Camry was a little bit more money than you wanted to spend, come let us show you how affordable it can be to own a new Toyota. Lake Charles Toyota, raise your expectations.
For more taste, less calories, and half the carbs, there's only one light beer to grab. Miller Lite. Hold true.
On or off the field, training and experience matter. As a board-certified and fellowship-trained surgeon, Dr. Brett Cassio has the training and experience to help you get back in the game. Award-winning research, the latest orthopedic techniques, right here at home. Cassio Sports Medicine.
Load up on entries for your chance to win a 2017 Chevy Silverado Black Ops or additional prizes.
Only one light beer has more taste, less calories, and half the carbs. This one. Miller Lite. Hold true.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels. Lovely Nikki has joined us here for the final segment last round for Stump the Wise guys. And we got a couple NFL notes about Zeke Elliott and Colin Kaepernick coming up, so hang around for that. All right, here we go, Nikki. We're ready for you.
Here we go.
Okay, guys, here's the ultimate test of your knowledge of sports movies. The trick is to figure out what sport these movies are about by me just telling you the movie title. The first movie is Talladega Nights.
I'm gonna guess
NASCAR. NASCAR. Boom.
Dale Earnhardt.
All right, that's easy.
I could even tell you a phrase from one of the movie scenes, but I won't.
We know you love movies.
We're limited for time.
Thank you.
Okay.
What sport is the center of the movie Vision Quest?
Vision Quest. Wait. Vision Quest.
I think I know.
Sports
because-
movie?
Familiar with that one.
That's a
Because
sports
it's
movie?
Matthew Modine, and it's a great movie. I think it's high school wrestling.
Wow,
Matthew
Ricky, that's
Modine
pretty
is-
strong right there,
it's
dude.
Vision Quest.
I'll give you that,
Vision
dude. That's
Quest,
pretty strong right there, Ricky.
It's
Okay.
a weird.
I
it's
wouldn't
a
have gotten
weird
that one, Rick. That's
name
pretty
for the
good.
movie.
Okay.
I remember that movie.
Okay.
The
we
movie
go.
Breaking Away is about what sport?
Oh, bull riding.
No. Bicycle race.
Cycling? Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. I
Filmed
had
at
no
the
clue.
University of
okay.
Indiana.
What? I said
Great
bull riding,
quirky
Scooter.
movie
Really?
about the
Okay.
little 500
I said
at
bull
the
riding.
University of Indiana. It's a little
Okay
bicycle.
then. All right.
It's like an
Really?
intramural.
There you
That's
go.
pretty good. Okay.
Great
All right.
quirky
Here we go.
movie.
All right. The movie
We're
is
all one for
called
one.
The Hurricane. What sport is the central
Oh,
theme?
boxing.
Boxing. Ruben Carter.
Boxing.
Another
yes.
easy one.
Yes.
Gosh.
Boxing.
Man,
Here we
you
go.
were no match for it.
Here we
Was
go.
there
Not
another
tonight.
one?
Here we go. One more bonus. This is bonus.
All the Right Moves starred Tom Cruise. What sport does the film focus on?
High
High school football.
High school football.
Can't
football.
touch us tonight.
I was.
All right.
When she said Tom Cruise, I was gonna think of the Agent movie, the one where he's a sports agent.
Oh, yeah. Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, Jerry. That's what I was thinking of.
The 1999 movie For the Love of the Game centered around what sport?
Baseball.
Baseball.
Hobbs.
Baseball. How
Shane there.
he's on the road.
Yeah.
All right. This is the super bonus question. The little-known movie Over the Top, starring Sly Stallone,
Boxing.
dealt with.
Boxing.
Really? I mean, It'd have to be in the Rocky series. Over the
Over the
top.
top?
No, it can't
He
be
just,
boxing.
you know him.
He
He's
just
so
jumps out.
Stallone?
He heard the word Stallone.
What do you hear Stallone in?
All right,
It's
let her
gotta be
finish the
boxing.
question. Let her finish.
Go ahead.
I don't.
Was there more?
It's not coming to me.
If you would be quiet, we'd find out.
She said that was it.
I don't. Anybody got a guess? Over the top.
I remember that movie being
He's done a
something
lot
like
of movies.
Arm wrestling.
Arm wrestling.
Yep.
Oh,
Wrestling.
Saw the movie. I had no clue. What? We got a hint from our
when I
production
mentioned
staff.
Stallone,
Thanks a lot
I
for
quite
bailing
honestly
us
thought
out.
it was boxing.
Thank
when
you,
he-
Nikki.
when
Hang
he
with
said
us
Stallone.
for a second.
I don't like
boxing.
Stallone in boxing.
thought it was
movies.
boxing.
Arm wrestling?
I'm sure not going to watch him
that's
arm
what I thought
wrestle.
it
All
was.
right, yeah, good point. All right, not a shock. Not a shock that a federal judge, here we go, more news off the playing field,
Yeah.
that has now reversed the ruling of another appellate court and said, Zeke Elliott, Dallas Cowboy running back, your suspension is back on.
Yeah.
He's put the NFL back in
Is
control
it for the
of this
6
thing.
games or 4 games?
didn't
What
see
is
that
it?
No,
one,
it's still
got it.
6 games.
still
It's
6
still
games.
6 game suspension. Now I don't know if Elliott and his legal team are again going back to the courts to try to get this. He's not gonna win this,
No,
guys.
he's not.
He's not gonna win it.
He's not.
Think about it in this perspective. Roger Goodell went after the face of the league last year. Who was the face of
Tom
the league?
Brady.
Tom Brady. For deflated footballs of all things,
Yeah.
and he won.
Yeah.
And he won Deflategate. He got the 4 games, right?
got the 4 games.
This is domestic abuse.
Yeah.
You think they're going to put that to the side?
Rick,
they
I
are
see
going to
your
win
point.
this case.
I see your point, Rick. That's no doubt, man.
Zeke Elliott,
The whole
I
thing,
know what he's
Rick,
thinking.
They didn't.
But give it up.
I don't think Zeke and his people or his group ever thought they would win it. They just wanted the number of games lessened.
Maybe.
That's what I think it
But
was.
it's not-
Rick.
it's not
I don't
gonna
think
happen.
that they was going to ever thought that they was going to win this.
It's
no,
not gonna happen.
I thought they wanted the games lessened from 6 to 4,
look,
from
you
whatever.
have to assume that Zeke Elliott went to the Dallas Cowboys with a bit of baggage when it came to this scenario, domestic violence, okay?
Well, Rick, he's not
So
the only one, Rick. I mean,
all right,
think about
I'm
it.
just
He's
saying,
not the only one.
They had to tell him. You know how the NFL is. I mean, he was like the top running back taken. Was
Yeah.
he not? Third pick, whatever he
Yeah.
was?
Yeah,
They
he
had
was.
to tell the man in a group form and said, keep your nose clean, warn him. And he didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't. He deserves a 6-game suspension. It's going to kill the Cowboys. Cowboys are under 500. They're under
They
500.
are.
He's their superstar.
They are.
I know. All right.
They are.
Quickly, Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Files a collusion case. Another federal
Quickly
court.
what? How are we going to do that
I'm just
quickly?
saying.
Yeah.
Here's my deal on Colin Kaepernick. What took him so long? What took him so
He
long?
has no prayer of winning.
I don't know.
I don't know,
I think-
Scooter. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, think about again. We only got 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But the totality of this case and where it has gone.
I
Now,
agree.
how does he prove it?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's got to have a smoking gun
You just
somewhere.
answered your own question.
All right.
Yeah.
I just said I don't know. I
But
don't know
what
if I-
team would take that chance with all the baggage that comes with that, Rick?
Maybe the Packers.
You just answered your own question.
But think
Mr.
about it.
Hobbs.
Of all places, Green Bay? Oh, my God,
He
Scooter.
runs.
Okay.
Aaron
oh,
Rodgers
my God,
runs.
Scooter.
All right. Great
Oh,
show,
okay.
Nikki. We
Yes,
appreciate
thank you
it.
so much,
Great
Nick.
show. Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll do it all
Yes.
again next time.
Sound Off 60 airs on Suddenlink Cable Channel 4 Monday through Sunday nights at 9 and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10. Sound Off 60 also airs throughout Southwest Louisiana on Vive Broadband Channel 6 at 9 p.m. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the guys and access our website and our great advertising partners at soundoff60tv.com.